Hey there, folks. It's Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner. Today on More Knowledge, More Wealth, we're going to go over some fantastic tools that can help you via AI. AI is going to be able to answer the questions you may have, but you have to know the questions to ask. Even if you're a novice, I'm going to explain to you how you can utilize it to help answer the money questions that you have, to help analyze the benefits that you're going to potentially be getting during this season. And lastly, towards the end, we're literally going to go over all the top 10 plus ways that AI exercises to make sure your financial health is strong. So stay tuned for this fantastic episode. Good day. Lots to talk about today, folks. I thought, why not start out this beautiful week during benefit season, but really going into the value of AI and how you could be utilizing AI to be helping you with your financial situation. It's funny, most people don't really look at benefits or finances or anything until typically Q4. Why Q4, you ask? It's because typically that's when people remind you of benefit season, how much is going to be taken out of your paycheck depending on the benefits that you choose. When you take a look at your situation, the health care that you're getting, the dental, the medical, and the 401k that you're going to be adding or adjusting, these are things that really are important to make sure you are making the right financial decisions. I share this with you. Why? The core reason is because these are key elements to making sure you are enhancing your quality of life. When you're saving for the 401k, that helps you for the future. These benefits helps you protect you of what if scenarios. So these are the core topics we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to go over some of the top fantastic ways that AI is going to help you in your finances. This is one of the best parts of the show that we're going to talk about in just a little bit. But let's first take that step back and go over benefits. 'Tis the time of the season. If you are somebody that feels and have upcoming medical procedures or anything coming up, hey, if you are maybe looking to have a child coming up, if you in fact have those deferred maintenance on any type of surgeries or medical treatments, that's where you can look at to a health savings account, or even better, those flex spending accounts, and take advantage of these fantastic new opportunities, because most employers do in fact have these available to you. Seems to be about 1/3 of companies are large corporations, people that work for them, 1/3 are governments, over 1/3, about 40%. The rest are small business owners, which means there are a lot of people that have access to healthcare and these benefits. So yes, you should be seeking help if you need help. Option number one, free, easy, and relatable, is your HR representative. You should have a department there that can help answer the questions that you may have. Number two, any financial professional. Go ahead and take to them what your benefit package is and what you should be doing. How much should you be matching in there? Because depending on how much it is, you want to make sure you are not leaving money on the table for the match. So it could be that you shouldn't be just contributing 3% to get 3%. Maybe you should be contributing 5% to get 4% free employer match. These are the things that are extremely important that most people don't see. So these are open enrollment season. This is the time where you should be seeking for help. This is the time you should finally look at yourself before the end of the season, before Thanksgiving, before Christmas, before the holidays, before New Year's, and say, I need to focus on me. Am I on track of where I need to go? And my whole point of this whole thing, which is why I wanted to talk to you today about AI. Now, some of these AI tools are free for you. Some of these, they do have free services. So you got what? You got Perplexity, you have ChatGPT, you have Anthropic, you have, Google's version, Genius. You have all these different, Grok, you got Grok. You have 5 or 6 now that are out there in this AI pool. Companies that are worth hundreds of millions, there I go again, hundreds of billions of dollars. And you have a lot of these on your fingertips for free that you can utilize. I'm recommending that you do. And it's all about asking the right type of questions. This is where a lot of people mess up. And so what I want you to do, and I want to go over with you, of how we've actually helped and told some of our clients of how you can, if you want to have fun, if you want to see the power of AI, how about you take a look on your financial situation? Now, it's still not really good as these things hallucinate actually getting advice. And the advice, the fact, do you really want to put that much of your information on the internet? That's where the argument really starts to begin. But what you could do is on a situation like yourself, is you could actually use it for budgeting. It will actually create a custom budget for you based on your preferences. You can tell them how much you make, how much you withhold in taxes, what your net pay is, and you can actually tell them this is how much I want to spend. You can tell it what your mortgage is. You can have long conversation dialogues, and it will spit out a budget for you. It's a really cool tool, and a lot of them, all of them have that budget feature. But here's one of my favorite ones, is where you can actually upload, whether it's 3 months, whether it's 1 year, whether it's 1 month of expenses, and it will actually find a way to eliminate some expenses for you. That is one of the most fun mechanisms of saving money, and most people don't even know it exists. By the way, folks, if you're just joining me, you're listening to Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth here on every weekend. And we are talking about all important topics of personal finance. Today we're talking about AI. And I'm wanting to talk about some of the key elements that most people don't even know exist. They never even tried it. And there's so many easy ways to do it. You can capture all of those 5 that I mentioned on the App Store, whether you have Google or you have iPhone and Apple. And you can download it. But really, by uploading in Excel your expenses, it can identify ways that you can save money. Most people sometimes forget about the extra $5, $10, $15, $20, $50, $100 a month that just come out for no reason at all. So now having a tool in place that can analyze it much quicker than you can, and it won't be unbiased, just to spit it out in your face to say this is what expenses you could potentially be saving, is powerful and often underutilized. Let's continue the conversation here. Another strategy that's really good is going over your debts, actually highlighting what debts you have, what terms and what interest rates, and actually discussing with you and telling you how much more you can apply to each debt to eliminate that debt faster. Most people go over their highest interest rate paying that off first. Other people go for their lowest amount, as Dave Ramsey says, the snowball effect. So if you have a debt for $500, tackle that. Even if it's 7%, leave the 20% debt alone, the $20,000 debt alone at 20%, because it's so much easier just to tackle the smaller ones. This will do that full analysis based on your cash flow, your terms, and your interest rate. It's a crucial way to free up your cash flow and to utilize AI for that type of strategy. It is really cool. And oh, by the way, just because they respond to you with their initial response, you can reply back and say, I don't like that. Give me another option. There is no shortage of recommendations AI can do. And then guess what? How about you talk to any partners that you have with you? It could be a spousal partner. It could be a professional partner. It could be a financial partner. And say, is this a good idea? I'll tell you what, without a strategy of paying down debt, that is a bad idea. So, let's continue the benefits. And of course, I talked about finding ways to cut costs on ongoing costs, but there's also something that they call tracking and waste hunting. This is a cool feature where they're like, what is this unique place, this candy bar every single day that you get, the vending machine at work? That adds up to $2.29 a day, 5 days a week, times 5 weeks a month. That adds up pretty quickly. That's an extra $50, $60 that you could easily be saving. And then you can ask it, what's the compounding effect of that if I just saved it into a 401k? And it's boom, a 6-figure difference over the next 30, 40 years. That's why people's comments on coffee, you could save it. Instead of buying that splurge of coffee, you can go ahead and continue to save it. So these are really cool mechanisms, yet again, that are available that most people don't understand. Now here, taking that step further, you can actually ask AI, hey, I'm beginning. I just want to learn more about investing. Not that you want to do it on your own, but maybe that you can appreciate what your 401k is doing or what your financial advisor is doing. Ask it to teach you a little bit of maybe what are the benefits of what they're doing, or understanding, hey, the stock market dropped today, why? Hey, could it ever go to zero? Ask the questions that you're too embarrassed to maybe ask a professional about. There is no such thing as a dumb question, but you might feel dumb asking it. So you need to be comfortable. ideally with your advisor, but more importantly, with a mechanism like AI that has no clue who you are. So ask away. It's some of the smartest guides to make sure you get the questions answered that you have. We're going to do this. We're going to take a quick break. We got so many other fantastic strategies that can help you. I want you to stick with us, and we'll be right back after a few words. This is Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner and President of Falcon Wealth Planning. We wanted to offer you a free financial assessment for listening to the show so you can help relate it to your specific situation. We offer multiple services such as retirement planning, where you are today, how retirement looks like, talking about Social Security, real estate, planning, even if you own a business, talking about taxes, not just how to save money today, but also throughout retirement. Talk about investments, making sure you're avoiding those high fees, costs, commissions, and also estate planning and insurance, just making sure you're properly protected if, God forbid, something were to happen. And we're offering 1 to 2 meetings, 1 to 2 hours of our time at no cost. Give us a call. We would love to help. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. Or visit our website at falconwealthplanning.com. That's falconwp.com for short, and fill out the form fill right there on our site. Welcome back, folks. This is Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth here on every weekend. And I thought during this AI craze, let's talk about AI and how it can relate to your financial situation. It's funny, no advisor really wants to talk about this on how AI can help you, how the ChatGPTs, how the Groks, how the Anthropic, Perplexity, and all these other ones out there, Genius, how it can help you. You know, maybe they're scared it's going to take their job. I don't know. Well, I guess if you're not offering extreme value to your clients, then maybe it could. But I think talking about that first segment of all the different ways it can help you, I think is crucial. And when you take a look at some of just the ways it can help you, then you really start to understand what are you doing to take advantage and to continually enhance your situation. Unless you're working with a financial advisor where you don't even want to deal with it and you want to delegate that out there, I get it. But AI is pretty powerful. And when you take a look, as I went over the first 4, and you take a look at also finding ways that it can enhance your situation, this next topic is important, and that is the financial literacy and the explainer that AI can do for you, where you can ask it complex situations, something like an opportunity zone, and you can tell them, hey, how can this help in my situation? And keep asking to dumb it down if you need to. Give it a scenario. You don't just ask it a 1-sentence question. You can ask it a 100-question or 100-sentence question about your situation, and it will answer it. The more you ask it, the better it is. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some hallucinations and sometimes it's wrong, but the genesis of the response based on your situation, which you know, you're going to have an idea if it's right or wrong. You're not going to tell it, which stock should I buy? You're going to ask it a question about, can you explain this situation to me? And if it makes sense. So this is another tool that I see is fantastic. And when you take it to the next topic that I want to discuss, which is retirement and goal planning, you can literally ask it a question about your situation, and it will remember your situation. This is how much I make. This is how much I pay in taxes. This is how much I save in 401k. This is how much I have net after every single paycheck. This is how much my mortgage balance, how long it's going to be for. You can ask it all those type of questions and then ask it, I want to buy a new car. How much is that going to cost? How much do I need to save if I need to do that in 6 to 7 years? Here's a lease special versus a loan. This is what I could probably sell the car for after 3 years versus a lease where I just wash my hands with it. But this is what the down payment is. This is the average miles I have. You see where I'm going with this? I'm tiring myself out just talking about it. But it will help answer those questions. Take those questions and take them to a financial professional. Because as all AI products will say is, please consult with a tax planner. Please consult with a financial advisor. Well, that's what we are, right? So that's easy for us to say, as if you're listening to this, you're probably financially literate, you're probably a professional, investment professional, or you're one of our clients. So yes, please do that and see how smart it really is. The whole point of the conversation is this could be extremely helpful for you. Continuing this is another thing AI is really good at by explaining where you are, where you live, what you do, what your skill level is. It will actually, if you ask it, what type of side hustle or income boosting ideas does it have for somebody like you? Explain your situation. Explain how much time you have available, the hours that you're comfortable working. And it's really cool. It has access to the whole universe of investing. It's kind of wild when you think about it, you know? But these are the type of questions that you can get answered that most people don't even think about asking it. Why? Well, because it's not normal, it's foreign. And most people don't have this answer. But when it is searching the whole World Wide Web for things that are relevant to you, this is the power of AI. And yes, it takes a lot of time and power to do this, but they do it in a very fast manner. And in that fast manner, they're able to get you the answers that you need. So these are some cool elements of how it can help you by utilizing AI. But let me take it a step further. What you can actually do and have AI do is you can actually have it simulate and negotiation wins for your bills. It can actually talk to you and train you of how to talk to maybe a representative that you're trying to argue with about a bill and what you could say and what value points that you have where it can be right. If you really want to get crazy, depending on the edition that you have of AI, if you have a paid version, you can actually upload your contract into AI. It will read your AI contract and tell you where the flaws are based on your situation and your stance. And you could actually say you violated your contract. As they always tell you, you're in a contract and it would be violation if you were to get out of it. So how about you spin it on them and you let them know that no, it's in fact wrong. So these are yet again some really cool features that it could do. In addition, you could actually crowdsource some investment ideas just in general from what's out there in the universe. So this is for people, whether it's you're thinking about investment or an idea for yourself. You can actually ask it to help you based on some skill sets that you have or passion, right? If you're passionate about something for the most part, unless you're passionate about basketball and you're a 5'2" person who's maybe not very athletic, for the most part, you're probably good at it. So the idea is just share with it what it is, and it can probably help you to find some solution. By the way, folks, if you're just joining me, you're listening to Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth here on every weekend. We are talking about all important topics of personal finance. And so I just thought here as a CFP, going over ways that it can help your situation by AI, because when you start to look at your savings in general, your goals, it can look to gamify your situation where it can actually even create a game for you on how much you can save. It can create a game of how much you can put away or not spend or pay off debt. So it can utilize it based on your interests. So these are kind of fun ways as well that can help. There's also some simple low-hanging fruit money hacks that it could potentially help you with, such as you could share it with you that, hey, I have a home office, or hey, I have these type of expenses, or hey, I have this type of saving or spending habits. What are ways that it can actually help give me some more financial goals? And then, of course, the mock financial scenarios. This is one of my favorite pieces, is it can actually give you, for big decisions, mock scenarios to actually see what the financial impact of your situation will look like and the likelihood and probability of execution. These are things, again, most people like to talk to professionals about, but sometimes you feel a little guilty in your 1 to 2 hour meeting with them that you have maybe once every 2-3 months. And so by doing this and having an unlimited conversation of a scenario, you could run all those scenarios as many times as you want till you find the most probable one for you. And then, as the disclosure in all these AI apps will say, talk to a financial professional. I think these are a lot of fun traits where you can actually get to your goal faster because you have already went over the emotional roller coaster of seeing if it's something that you can or cannot afford. And I think by utilizing these tools, I think it is crucial. And so the last couple of things I want to share with you are the side hustle, the brainstorming, the market fit. You can actually share with it, whether you're a graphic designer, whether you're in tech, whether you're in accounting, finance, law. You can actually share with them some ideas that you have, and it will share with you in an unbiased manner the probability of success depending on your plan. And most people, and by the way, it can help you build your marketing plan. It can help you build the business plan. Then it can analyze what it helped you build to see the probability of success. How cool is that? Especially when there is zero conflicts of interest there. Just true AI, logic-driven, non-rapport to help answer the questions you may have. I think that's pretty gnarly. Excuse me. Last one. Stress test your emergency fund. Let them know how much you got in cash. And one thing that I see people not do is they talk about their lines of credit. See how much there is available. And that also could be, and tell AI that. This is how much you spend every month. This is your situation. How much would they recommend that you have in cash? You might have a very large brokerage account with margin capability. You might have a pledged asset line of credit, home equity line of credit. Ask these questions based on the cash in the bank and see what the response is. Yet again, I know because I played with this on multiple situations, but including this one, AI is not very smart. Quite frankly, I feel I'm training AI to answer these questions for you in the future because it's not smart enough. It did not think of your line of credits, your home equity lines, your 401k loans. It didn't think of any of these scenarios at all. Your brokerage account. Do they even know it has any high capital gains or not? Does it know it has pledged asset lines or margin? Most likely not. These are why all the disclosures say talk to a financial professional. There is no substitute for it, but guess what? It can maybe take you 70 to 80 to maybe 90% of the way there by asking the right questions, hearing what it has to say, and then verifying. As they say, you can trust it, but please verify it. Folks, that was a fast show.